Hey there, folks. We are back with another episode of Dungeons 2. So let's continue our campaign.
Somewhere in the depths of the dungeon, the ultimate evil awoke. It did not know what had happened, nor why it had awoken, but it longed for revenge.
Revenge. I'm all about the revenge.
The last remaining heroes of the country joined forces and cast a powerful banishment spell. The absolute evil disappeared from sight with a threatening gesture, and a faint whispered, "I'll be back," could be heard coming from its lips. The absolute evil had been banished, and its essence shattered into several pieces. Its reign of terror had ended. The good people of the overworld rejoiced, and an era of peace began for the Alliance. The evil creatures were driven back into the underground, doomed to serve as cannon fodder for pleasure-seeking adventurers. Meanwhile, secreted away in the world's most inaccessible places, the last remains of the absolute evil were resting, never again to see the light of the overworld. Until today, that is. Somewhere deep under the earth, the ultimate evil awoke.
I'll be back. I love the dialogue in this. The monologue, I guess it is. It's so awesome. Very involving. Stays in character. Funny. So while I'm waiting for this to load,
And
you
the
guys,
hand of terror arose, controlled by the ultimate evil.
You guys should have...
Come on, hand of terror, arise, damn you!
Oh, not done yet.
Methinks that exploring the surrounding area would be a sensible strategy. However, to do this, light would be required. Still not bright enough. An old throne room was revealed by the light. The circumstances remained a mystery. The hand of terror flew through the throne room, following each and every thought the ultimate evil had.
Oh, there we are.
After a few flying sessions, the ultimate evil was able to control the hand with ease. The time had come to call forth creatures who were completely devoted to it and would do its dirty work. Little snots were the dregs of each and every dungeon and spent their time taking care of it. The expansion-mad evil hired one snot on the spot. The first little snot appeared. It was completely ready to work in the dungeon and to crawl in the dust before the ultimate evil. Little snots were important to the ultimate evil because they took care of many important little things, such as excavating new areas. The psionically gifted evil could sense the presence of something important that was buried to the south. It instructed its little snots to dig in that direction. As quick as a fart, the little snot made his way to the marked position and began to dig.
Dig, dig, dig.
Behold, the creatures of the overjoyed evil had apparently been much more industrious than it had thought. A great dungeon was revealed behind the wall. Everything was already in place. Doors, traps, a well-filled treasury. Oh, wait. Treasury? And where, if you please, is this treasury? Oh, well. One can't expect too much of these mindless little snots. First of all, some gold had to be dug out to make space for a treasury to be created. The hand of terror swiftly marked a few small gold veins so that the little snots could excavate them.
There's gold there too. Anyway, you all know about the giveaway now. We are playing through the series. More info will come on Saturday, so you can follow the directions that come up on Saturday and be in the running to win a key to this game. This is more classic dungeon mastery than the other one was. For sure. So this definitely is more true to the original game than the old one was. Or than the Dungeons one was. Hopefully we can do a little something with this room. Make this our treasury. I'll get a mine in this too. Since it is a quest.
As soon as the gold vein was selected, a little snot immediately set out to mine valuable gold for the greedy evil.
Alright, it should be done with that. They are. Balance out our room a little bit, because it collapsed a little weird. They're just piling all that up there.
Once most of the gold had been mined, the Hand of Terror quickly created a treasury on the spot so that the precious metal could be safely stored.
Let's see, room building. Not remember how to create a room.
The little snots came across a small room containing a healing potion whilst pointlessly digging around in the underground. The ultimate evil could throw one of its wounded creatures on the potion to heal it.
Where is the rooms? Should be up here. Oh, rooms. Treasury.
The clever evil mastered this task with flying colors. From now on, little snots could use the treasury to store mined gold. It was then at the greedy evil's disposal whenever more rooms needed to be built or new creatures recruited. Little snots were all well and good, but were too weak and cowardly to defend the dungeon. Since it was not able to defend itself, the ultimate evil would have to hire some orcs. But they would require food. Liquid food. Well, beer to be precise. So the next important thing to build was a brewery. And that would require some space to be created. The ultimate evil had the feeling that its servants were not really putting their backs into the work. Might a hearty slap from the Hand of Terror change that? Oh. The sadistic evil encouraged its creature to work a little faster, with a friendly but not at all gentle slap.
There we go. Forced labor. Rooms, and we need another room.
There was now an area cleared for the brewery site, and with quick finger snaps from the Hand of Terror, the room stood ready.
Brewery.
but the recently built brewery lacked a brewing copper. With a sigh of resignation, the overworked evil set about taking care of that too.
Now we need an item. Okay. Did that. Put those on permanent mine.
The feisty evil's little snots dug up a spider's nest, thereby preempting some of my stories. Since there were no powerful fighting units in the dungeon, it was advisable for everyone to keep very, very still for the time being. The hard-working
wow.
evil effortlessly built a brewing copper so that delicious beer could be brewed as soon as possible. One of the little snots started working on the brewing copper. The nostalgic evil banished all thoughts of Oktoberfest and brass bands. Those would have to wait. More important tasks had to be completed first. Both beer and gold were now available in the dungeon, so it was time to hire some creatures to defend against greedy heroes or whatever else snuck around underground. At present, it was only simple orcs declaring undying loyalty to the ultimate evil. The rest of the horde was scattered to the winds.
We don't have a lot of build room here. Can't get in there yet.
Orcs were defensive close combat specialists, capable of dealing with many opponents. However, they were very vulnerable to ranged attacks.
Okay. Ranged attacks and orcs. Oh, we need 5 of them. Okay.
It's payday. An eerie gong rang through the halls. It did not bode well for the ultimate evil's treasury stocks, for at each sounding of the gong, the creatures would collect their undeserved wages. However, there was little it could do about this, as it was chained to the throne. Thus, it had to give free rein to its servants' desires. For the time being, at least. The dungeon of the expansion-mad evil grew and prospered, but unfortunately, it had reached the maximum possible population it could currently manage. Now a creature would have to be thrown into the bottomless pit before any others could be brought in.
Oh no. Bottomless pit. No.
The creature disappeared into the pit of uselessness with a long-drawn and gradually diminishing. This particular act of wickedness brought a smile to the face of the ultimate evil. One louse-infested orc crawled up from the depths and declared allegiance to the ultimate evil. The first step towards the creation of a powerful army had been taken. At the exact moment in which the ultimate evil hired an orc, the spiders suddenly became aware of its presence and attacked the dungeon. This was an incredible coincidence and was in no way connected with any triggers or scripts in the level map. The abysmal evil used the Hand of Terror to grab several of the creatures that were still completely inexperienced at fighting and threw them onto the spider's nest.
we go. Kill them spiders. Pretty autonomous combat.
The spiders dropped like flies. The strategically well-versed evil patted itself on the back, proud that it had led its troops into battle with such aplomb. And by led, I just simply mean chucking them at the enemy. The basics of a dungeon were now in place. However, the brewery was puny and didn't really have room to store beer barrels in, and the treasury was also anything but impressive in size. Quickly, the expansion-hungry evil set out to enlarge its dungeon.
Build another treasury. One more treasury. And expand our brewery.
The evil has awoken, but its brothers are still asleep.
Huh? What on earth was that? That's not in my script. What a weirdo. No matter. We'd better get back to concentrating on the dungeon.
Yes, we better. Let them dig that out. Following around. Make this really nice and cozy. There we go.
The creatures of the ultimate evil suddenly developed a craving for chocolate. Chocolate.
Okay. Build a treasury and a brewery. Let's put this back up here with the other one. You can see this is more dungeon keepery.
The eyes of the mentally challenged evil swept over one of the dungeon doors. It was child's play for the hand of a huge monstrosity loomed out of the darkness on 8 legs. This dungeon's human guards had been ancient history for a long while. Now it was home to a huge spider and her brood. Would Sam and Frodo escape it and continue their journey to Mount Doom, or was this the end of the Ring-Bearer? Hang on a minute, that's not the right text. Oh yes, a huge spider, henceforth called the Spider Queen. It would be necessary to eliminate the Spider Queen before the Horde could reach the surface. The Spider Queen sent forth a wave of her children. Of course, the ultimate evil was fully aware of this danger and immediately prepared to defend itself against them. That's what I hope.
Yay, defended. Just messing everything up, aren't they?
The vile perversion, once called the Spider Queen, had nothing more with which she could fight the Horde. Later, the sensitive evil would have her innards made into a lava lamp. The way to the surface was open. Now it was time to put those vengeance plans into practice. The vile evil wanted to take this opportunity to utter a really sinister laugh, but unfortunately, its physical state made this unviable. Instead, it asked the narrator to do a bit of sinister laughter on its behalf. Oh well, here goes. Deep breath.
That is hilarious. Okay, so that is basically the second tutorial. We're past the intro. We're actually getting into some of the gameplay. So therefore, this is the game. As you can see, it is way more familiar and way more like Dungeon Keeper and Dungeon Keeper 2 than the first one, or the first Dungeons game was, which is the exact opposite of what that was. So this is the game that I want it to be. It's the game I want the first one to have been, and it wasn't. But if you want to win a key for this game, watch the rest of the videos, come back on Saturday, do what's required, and you will get a chance to win a key. You have to have Steam, because it is a Steam key, and while you're there, look up the system requirements to make sure you meet them. But if you're interested and you can play this, which it isn't a very complicated or intense game to play, definitely follow the instructions, put your name in on it, and we'll get this ball rolling on Saturday. But for now, let me hear what you guys think. Tell me about this. Are you enjoying this game? I love this game. I think it's awesome. If you are enjoying this game, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the playthrough. And for the one lucky winner, maybe we'll do some multiplayer at the end. If you enjoyed this particular video, go ahead and click the like button. This is kind of hard to comment on while it's playing in the tutorial because it does keep talking and talking and talking. The talking slows down quite a bit when you actually start doing things. But now we've learned how to build rooms. We've learned how to summon creatures. We've learned how to get rid of creatures we don't want. Various things like that. Now I've already played through most of this. I made it up to almost the end and probably into some of the DLC that I paid for and got. But we won't be getting a lot of the achievements because I've already gotten them. Anyway, Dungeons 2. This is the successor to Dungeon Keeper. So, if you liked Dungeon Keeper or Dungeon Keeper 2, this is the game you want to play. You want to get that key if you don't have it. Anyway, it's open to anybody. You don't have to be a subscriber. I'm doing this because I got a spare key and I can pass it on to you guys. So I'm definitely going to do that. You'll get a gift link for it, and all you got to do is pick up the key. So there you go. But I got it from Humble Bundle. I wanted to get another game that was at that tier, and I already have this one, and it happened to be included as well. So that'll be there too, and we can discuss it when you win. If you win, somebody will win. And that's all I got to say for today. We'll make another episode tomorrow, and we'll progress further with our ultimate path of revenge. Until then, I'll see you guys later.